Okay, so we are now 3 days away until that trailer drops. So obviously, a lot of the fans right now are super excited. There just seems to be a lot of Walking Dead stuff coming out now that I'm having to sort of pick and choose what I'm going to talk about. Like, there's this thing that comes out about this character, or this thing comes out here. There's image that comes out about Andrew Lincoln, and it's like, obviously, that's very exciting, and I want to talk about that. But like, am I going to make a video about that? Not really. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, like, it's different if he was in like Atlanta and they were filming and whatnot, because I did do that. Like, it's a little different because he's actually there. But if he's just taking a photo with a fan, and it's exciting to see him and stuff, but it's like, obviously it's not really video worthy. But there's a lot of stuff that has come out over the last couple of days, and there seems to be a lot of hype right now built for the last 8 episodes. And it really does feel like going into these final 8, like, things are going to be very, very different. And the way they're going to handle it is going to be very much like how they handled Rick Grimes' exit, Michonne's exit. A lot of what we got there with those reveals and how exciting those scenes were, that's really where they're going to be going here with the final 8. And that's why I do have a lot of confidence in that. Like, that's the one thing that The Walking Dead and the writers, the Gimple, everybody, like the one thing that they know how to do right. And that is give those big moments like exactly what they deserve, right? Like Rick Grimes' exit. You had John Bernthal come back, you had Herschel there. Like, they know how to deliver that. They had all these callbacks to previous episodes and stuff like that. Like, they're going to do that. And same with Michonne's episode, right? Her exit, you had that Rick Grimes connection. They knew that people were going to want that. They really set up the movie. They gave us a lot of stuff there so that we were super excited about that. We got all those flashbacks going back to previous episodes as well. Like, that's how I'm really, like, that's how the last couple of episodes are going to be. The last one, the second to last one, there's going to be some flashbacks, I'm assuming, to previous characters that have died, right? Like, I know Chandler Riggs was on set for like the last day. He really could have been there just to like film something. There was something going around on Twitter anyways, where Chandler Riggs was spotted there. I think he was actually in that photo where they took like this giant cast and crew set photo. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there. And like, who knows? Maybe he filmed one little thing, right? He could have filmed like a tiny thing, because like they've gotten people to come back before. I know it was kind of hard to believe beforehand, but like before Rick's final episode, could you have ever imagined a scenario where John Bernthal comes back to play Shane, right? It really wasn't possible. There was no way. Maybe you could do a flashback, this and that. It just kind of seemed unlikely. But as soon as they did that, and they did that with a bunch of other characters, it just got to the point where like, yeah, these things are very much possible. And so it's exciting. And so that's what I wanted to talk about here. I wanted to talk about the last 8 episodes here, talk about some of the news that came out and some of the stuff that obviously people are excited about, because the trailer is dropping in just 3 days now. So obviously make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get more Walking Dead content like this. As well, definitely go follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be live streaming this Friday. I'm likely going to be streaming beforehand as well. I want to kind of just play some other games. I'm really thinking Phasmophobia. If you guys know that game, it is so much fun. It's basically you're just ghost hunting and stuff. I did it a little bit before, but I played it in VR, and I don't have an issue with it being in VR, but I'd say that because of the controls, you can't really run away from the ghost. So when you're investigating the ghost, sometimes you have to run and hide into a closet, and if it's a demon or certain ghosts, like, they're much faster. And yeah, just playing on PC is just so much better. And I actually think, like, before I was having some internet issues, and I think it was because of the Air Link with the Oculus. I think playing just on the PC, I'll get much better results. But anyways, yeah, I want to do that and some Minecraft and see what everyone else has been building there. And so yeah, definitely go follow me on Twitch if you're interested in all that. I'd really like to see you guys all there, especially for this Friday. I mean, it's going to be really fun. Honestly, just sort of like refreshing Twitter constantly, trying to see what the hell is happening. And that's also one thing I wanted to mention as well. My Better Call Saul review will be coming out, just not yet. I had a lot of things I had to do last night, and I literally just put my daughter down for a nap right now. And so I'm recording this and trying to get as much done as I can in the next like hour or so. So like, I don't really have a lot of time. And then my other daughter has a birthday party later on in the evening. So I'll try to get to work on that later on, like afterwards tonight. And then yeah, I'll try to get that out. Really great episode though. Not as great as the last one, but obviously, well, I guess that's debatable, because there was obviously a different vibe going into that one because of the aftermath of the last one. Anyways, I'll talk about that later on. The one thing that's really exciting, and the one thing that people are really talking about a lot, is obviously I think his name is Bear McCreary, or Beer McCreary. I think, no, that's not Beer. Bear McCreary. He obviously wrote the Walking Dead theme song. He's written some of the most iconic music for the Walking Dead. And yesterday he posted a tweet saying, "End of an era. Recording the final episodes of @WalkingDead_AMC with a massive symphonic orchestra in LA. The ensemble was astonishing. 3 of our players were there a dozen years ago, recording the main title and score on the session of the first episode. And then he goes on to say, "This was my first session conducted on my home turf in 2.5 or 2.5 years, and it was truly good for my soul to spend time with so many beloved friends whom I've missed dearly. My co-composer from season 9 onward, the brilliant and then at Sam J. Ooming." Conducted the middle hour and did a great job. It was awesome to hang out with our fearless showrunner at Angela Kang and the visionary #GrandNicotero, who, like me, has been on this show from day one. Huge shout out to my crew at Spark Shadows for the apocalypse themed goodies. And then he finishes off with this thing here, which is really exciting, which is, "This journey is nearly complete and the next is about to begin." That right there, I mean, like, obviously, if you're a Walking Dead fan, you're going to be really hyped seeing that, because, like, yeah, the journey's nearly complete, and at the very end here, they're going to be, going on to something really, really big. They're doing all these spin-offs. Obviously, the movie's a big one, and that's why, honestly, I'm not going to be I would be surprised, I guess. I shouldn't say that, but I am expecting some sort of Rick movie update. Like, I really am. And if we don't get one, I think Gimple's going to say something like, I want to say something, but I can't right now, but we're going to announce something basically when The Walking Dead is over. Like once we wrap up this, expect something then. Because there could be something there that they're waiting for, right? Just in terms of the story, maybe they're waiting for all of our characters to find out that he's alive, and then sort of that's where we're going afterwards, right? That could be what it is. And it is kind of hilarious, I will say, because there are people that actually know what is happening in the final episodes, right? If there is a huge Rick connection there. I mean, obviously there's going to be in some sense, but like if they're recording the music for the final episode, there's going to be this like description of the scenes and what's happening. Usually they'll like watch the episode kind of thing, right? And then from there, they'll like know what to do for this. And if they want to capture this moment from the past, like it seems like this was actually a pretty big deal in terms of recording the music for this. Cause I feel like usually they're not always there recording everything, for the score for everything. Like you're not going to have GrandNicotero or Angela Kang there. I mean, like maybe they are there and I'm wrong, but it just kind of seemed like this one last episode, they really went out with a bang. The music's going to sound really amazing. I do think, just based off of previous episodes, I think it's going to be very cinematic feeling. I believe the last episode is 90 minutes to 2 hours. It's around there. So it's going to be a really big deal. And I mean, looking back to their Whisperer Pike episode, like that one, just think of the music there when Carol and Daryl saw, or I guess more specifically when Carol saw Henry there on the pike, like the music in that scene was amazing. And they've done really, really amazing things like that in the past, or I guess in the last couple of years here. They've done like really amazing things here. So I could see the very last episode here being something really, really just insane, and I'm just so excited. Honestly, I'm so excited to see just where they're going with that. And I mean, even looking at some of the shots here, like you can kind of see something on like that one thing, but you don't really see anything about like, well, it does say 7 minutes into the episode, although it could be like 50 or no, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Anyways, it's crazy. Honestly, it's really, really crazy. It's crazy to see just the fact that, they're wrapping up The Walking Dead. And when he says, the next journey is about to begin, basically, it's like, man, I really wonder what he's going to be doing. Is he doing Isle of the Dead and the Daryl show, or is he going to be doing the Rick movie, right? Like, that's sort of what I'm wondering here. And I would say, I think for those shows, you need to have, honestly, you know what, that's what I would say. I think for both of those shows, do an original track. Do an original track for Isle of the Dead, do one for the Daryl show. And then for the Walking Dead movie with Rick Grimes, that's when you bring back the Walking Dead main theme, right? I think that a lot of people are going to miss it at that point. And then once you do that movie, sitting in theaters, just do like a cinematic version of it. People are going to be like, holy shit, right? Oh, man, I just honestly, like, the amount of stuff that's coming out right now, like, it's hilarious. A week or two ago, we were like, what the hell? There's nothing to talk about. And now look, there's just so much stuff to sort of sort through and be like, we did get some updates on like the overall artwork here for The Walking Dead. And it looks like it's actually just like an updated version, or not. I'm not saying like it was like a higher resolution of the same photo, but it looks like they're sort of of doing a very similar thing to what they did back, I think it was in season 5 of The Walking Dead, where they had all the characters just standing there on the road. It looks like now they actually have all the characters sort of standing in a very similar way all together. I really like the color of yellow that they chose here. I think it actually works really well with just the dark background. I'm expecting The Walking Dead's official account and stuff to really update all of that, like update all their stuff as soon as the trailer drops. But I think right now they're just kind of waiting on that, right? Like they're just waiting for that trailer to come out, and then all that stuff is there. Like if you're actually at the convention there in San Diego, like you're gonna see all the artwork there. There's a lot of people taking photos of it online. I mean, they really, like, again, I said it in my last video, but they really went all out with all the promotion for this thing. And a lot of other shows aren't even doing the same thing. So like, definitely I'm really excited about that. And they also, like, they have this big fan celebration event where, you know, like they have this really amazing poster where like Rick Grimes is front and center. I mean, if that's not hinting at the direction of this universe, I don't know what is. Like, but yeah, that's sort of where we're going right now. We have 3 more days until Comic-Con. So I'll do a Q&A video tomorrow. If something else drops, which I'm assuming there'll be other things that drop, I'll do videos on that as well. So definitely go follow me on Discord if you want to take part in that Q&A. And then on Thursday, I'll have another Walking Dead video and sort of, I guess, my Comic-Con just like like what to expect sort of thing. And then, yeah, then we're into Friday, and then we're into all the stuff that's going to drop that day. So yeah, really, really busy week. I mean, we finally made it through that drought. Like, oh my God. I think it's because they weren't filming anything, and there was really nothing coming out. There was nothing to really think about Walking Dead related, but like, man, the last like month really felt like it lasted like 8 months. Like it just felt like there was no news coming out at all. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna leave it here, but definitely post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.